somebody just come back into the room. Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you all for coming here today. And today is a bit special. Okay, today is actually really, really special service because some of you have been with me here from the very beginning, and some of you have just arrived today. Okay, but it's irrelevant whether you're here at the beginning or the end, because those what is of course says the last shall be first and the first shall be last. So you girls will be first. Okay, Cora and Maria and Karen, you're all last, which means you're still first. Okay, so I have been on a journey, and I want to kind of give you a synopsis of this journey because I've been still kind of working it out in my head because things have been happening pretty fast, and there's been a lot of beautiful, beautiful teachings have come through, especially this last week to finish this off. So the point that I'm making here is I started a journey 7 years ago, and that journey ends today. And what that means is a lot of people think that I'm kind of going to disappear or dissolve or go to Hawaii or whatever, like, you know. But I'm open for offers.
You have the shirt as well.
I have the shirt as well. But what it really does mean is this, right? Everybody who lifts A Course in Miracles, for whatever reason they lift the course, whatever reason, whatever they're seeking, be it peace, be it joy, be it happiness, be it enlightenment, whatever, it doesn't matter. But what they have to soon realize about the course is about a journey. Okay? And it's taking you on a journey. And like I was asked a question by Paul earlier, you know, that is this not good for everybody? And it's not good for everybody. For everybody that's doing the course, it's not good for a part of you. And that's the part of you that's the ego. It's the part of you that's cunning and devious. It's the jewel in the crown of the entire ego thought system. It's the persona. It's the false image that we wear every day. It's the people pleaser. It's the manipulator. It's perception of love is complete conditional love. Doesn't understand what unconditional love is. Can't understand it. It's an impossible thought. So the persona takes on this image that is very loving, but everything it does is conditional. Everything it thinks is conditional. So you can see here how false this image is that we all wear. And I'm not even talking about when you meet someone, or maybe you're looking out for an interview for a job, or you're going to the bank to get a loan, or you're meeting someone for the first time, or all of this. Look at this image that you wear, this dress that you wear. It's complete manipulation. And we do this because we want to be liked and we want to be loved. So, and it's this yearning to be liked and to be loved that drives the persona, that drives this image, this false image of ourselves. And it's this part of ourselves that the course is really bad for. It's the persona that goes in to start thinking with the course. It's the persona seeker that took you in and bought the course. It's the persona decision maker who's making all the decisions when you're doing the course, i.e. which teachers, which style, and all of this kind of stuff. This is the persona making all these decisions, who it likes, who it doesn't like. One thing about the persona that you have to realize is it's the mind of specialness. So therefore, what's the persona heavily attracted to? Specialness. Isn't that so? So you look basically how you're attracted to these teachers that make you feel so good, so special. You are so innocent. You are crushed. You are full of shit. Seriously. It's nice to hear that once, because it'll give you the motivation then to do what you need to do. See, it's the persona that's teaching that here. And what the persona doing is teaching levels 3, 4, and 5. The ego. Funny thing is this though, do you know about levels 3, 4, and 5? They can't be taught. They can't be learned. So therefore they can't be taught. And do you know why they can't be learned?
You have to arrive at them, you have to...
No, they're effects.
Oh, they're the results, yeah.
They're effects. You can't teach effects. So
yeah.
The persona in here will go to their groups and they will teach here, here, and here over and over again. Or they will teach what's in here. They will teach right or wrong, good and bad. They will teach false forgiveness by teaching, yes, forgive them for what they do. This is forgiveness to destroy. This is the ego's forgiveness. I see it all around me. I see students learning this because a lot of students come to me, and this is what they've learned from other teachers of the course. False forgiveness, forgiveness to destroy. They also learn from teachers false empathy. When you send flowers or send thoughts and prayers to the victims of tragedies in this world, you're joining in suffering. And you can see it all around you. Teachers actively teaching this to their students. This is the persona, this is the ego's teaching. So what was my journey? What was this all about? Well, 7 years ago, I was in a lot of pain, and I was in a lot of pain for about 10 years. I'm not going to go into it now, but effectively I was here. I was in the shadow, as you call it, the ego wrong mind, and I was in a deep depression, and suicide was the answer, but I couldn't commit suicide. So the natural effect of that was a surrender. I don't know how I did it, so don't ask me. And the effects of that was I woke up here. I woke up into the bliss. And what that meant, when I woke up here, I could do something that was pretty amazing. Anybody know what it is?
Stop thinking.
Yes. As Eckhart Tolle calls it, I found the optimum. Okay? And I had this such clear, pristine bliss of the now. Everything was alive. Everything I looked at was vibrating. The whole universe was alive. It's an energy that's completely alive. There's no separation of anything in this world from anybody to anything. So I had all of this, and that stayed with me for about 2 years. But what triggered that all off was I experienced revelation. And as Jesus says, and this is when Jesus is speaking in the Course, he's speaking as Christ. He's not speaking as the man who walked in the world. Okay? That's not the Jesus that's in A Course in Miracles. Do you know why? Because he was in a script. Okay? After that event, when Jesus woke up at the crucifixion, like I say, when I woke up, you woke up. Okay? That's the Jesus. That's the Christ energy. And I got a question from someone, and they talked about this guy called Raj. And they said, he's going around telling everybody he's Jesus. It's really annoying, this person, like, you know, that this person's going around telling everybody he's Jesus. And he's the Jesus of the Course. And I said, don't worry about it. I said, sure, you're Jesus. She went, what? And I said, aren't you part of Christ? Aren't you a part of the sonship? She went, yeah. Oh, I says, why are you crucifying him for just admitting what you are? She didn't even think about it that way, because she was looking at it, thinking about it with the ego. Does it make any difference who's going around and saying who or why? As long as you hold the truth of you, who you are inside. So that's the journey that I began. I had an experience with God, and in that experience, I received for about a week to 2 weeks a download of information that was something straight out of the Matrix. I couldn't make head nor tail of it, and I knew it was going to take years for me to decipher this.
can I ask you, sorry to interrupt you, can I ask you, did you ask God, just at that terrible moment when you decided that you were surrendered, did you ask God? Did you invite God in, or did you say, please God, I've reached the end of my tether?
No, because it doesn't work like that. You see, I could get down on my knees and pray to God all I want and beg God for help. Do you know why? Because I have made one fundamental error, and I think everybody will see this video and people here will have made the same fundamental error. What is it? Take a moment to think about it. Come on.
Persona.
Yeah.
You saw yourself as separate?
You see, when I experienced revelation, it took me about 1.5 years to work this all out. But I received in that revelation with God certain gifts. And one of the gifts I received was vision, which means understanding. And the other gift that I could receive, and I had it before revelation, was I could hear. I could hear the voice of God. So, what that meant when I started this work, and the work was for me to do this, remember the course is written on words that are written on symbols that are twice removed from reality. So words are symbols of symbols twice removed from reality. So this is very clear, and I'm saying this really to all the people who are doing the course and all the people who are arguing about the course, all the people who are going out and writing different colours of the course, different books on the course. You can do this to eternity if you want. It's not going to make any difference because you're still 2 steps away from reality. This is 1 step closer to reality because symbols are only 1 step away from reality. So when the people and the intellectuals and the personas and the shadows, right, get tired of arguing about what certain words mean and what certain meanings is given to certain words, they might get around to actually starting doing the course properly and starting to teach the course properly. And that means getting closer to the truth. And these symbols are as close to the truth that you can possibly get. Okay? Now you can change all the words, of course, but you can't change the symbols. You can give the symbols whatever meaning you want. Okay, so if you have a problem with a word in the course, let's say you have a problem with the Holy Spirit, what you can do with this, what you can do with Genesis, is you can basically put in your own symbol. It doesn't take away from the level, it doesn't take away from what its meaning means at that level. So some people I work with, they want to use the Holy Spirit. Other people want to use right-mindedness. You know, you can use whatever you want. You can put the Buddha in there for all you care. Doesn't matter. It's as long as the content, which is the meaning of what this means, does not change, then use whatever word you want. So, what I had to do, when I was here, I could turn off thinking. Alright? And the problem was when I turned on thinking, I turned off bliss. You couldn't have both. You still had that really good feeling and everything, right? But thinking really turned off the bliss. And there was a problem in that. Alright? And the other problem I knew was this. Alright? Everybody that's doing spirituality is trying to get to here. Everybody who's done the power of now are trying to get to here without this. Because there's this, we did it already, there's no level 2 in the power of now. And Eckhart is very obscure at this level. He describes it beautifully, but it's still obscure. Because you need to basically have the concepts within concepts to understand this. You need Genesis, because Genesis holds every concept that's in A Course in Miracles and in every philosophy. Doesn't matter whether it's Buddhism. There are people sending me emails from all around the world that saying this fits in here, that fits in there, that's perfect, this goes with this goes with this. And people can see now you need this There's no way you can do A Course in Miracles if you're serious about it and not do it this way. You can't do it if you're just reading it this way. It can't be done. It needs to be opened out, and you need to see the layers, and you need to give everything meaning at its proper place. Not only that, but what Genesis does automatically for you, it wipes out the top 3 levels in an instant. Now you don't have to be concerned about the real world or the Christ universe or what Christ is or all of these things, because that's the persona, that's the ego. And remember what Jesus says in the Course about the persona. It will ask many questions that have little understanding. So if you're finding it hard to understand this, at least be honest with yourself and know who's finding it hard to understand this. There's a part of you that's going to hate this. There's a part of you going to love this. So you take out the top 3 levels. So what I had to do basically was I had to go back in here, back into the ego thought system at level 1, and start and learn what this was, the ego split mind. And then I had to learn what this was. And that wasn't enough. What else did I need to learn? Oh, when I'm talking about I, I'm talking about we. What's the old adage from the generals many years ago? Know thy? No. Enemy. Which is know thyself. Because it's you against you. Ego's nothing. The biggest problem that you have with you is your persona. It's the part of you that's attached to the persona. So you need to know how this system works, how it all works. Yeah? How many people in the room now know how it all works?
Some.
You know, if I was to say to you, what's the ego? What would you say? Have you an idea? See, the ego's greatest strength is that you don't know how it works. The greatest strength the ego has with people in the Course is they don't know what the Course is. Marie, is it? Rachel, if I said to you now, why are you doing the Course or why are you here? What are you looking for? What would you say?
Surrender.
Surrender? Surrender what? Your shadow. You're looking to get rid of your shadow. Anybody here not looking to get rid of their shadow? Huh? Paul, you're going to speak back there.
It's okay, you know. You
Yeah.
said something that was.
Yeah. You see, we're all looking to get something. Here's the secret. There was never one person, never a seeker of enlightenment that has ever found it. Did you know that? Do you know that, Paul?
There was never a seeker of enlightenment.
Not one seeker of enlightenment has ever found it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Apart from the Buddha. And the Buddha doesn't count.
Why not?
Because the Buddha was Jesus. You see, Jesus also had 3 lifetimes. He had a lifetime as Abraham was the first. That was the first monotheism before God was brought into the world. Then he woke up as the Buddha, A.B., Abraham Buddha. And then after that he woke up as Christ in the story of the Bible. So in the 3 lifetimes, he basically was opening the door on every single level for us to follow.
Sorry, did you say Moses?
What?
No, I said no. You said
Abraham.
Who was the first one?
Moses was here.
Sorry?
Moses would have been here.
Yeah.
Because it was Moses and the 10 Commandments down here that split the ego in 2 at this level. Okay? Next would have been Abraham.
Oh.
Okay? Next would have been the Buddha, and then Christ. Okay? So you can see, not one seeker of enlightenment has ever found it, and you know why? Anybody?
Because everybody's already enlightened, they just don't know it.
No.
Right, okay, you tell me, you're the boss.
You might put level 5, is it?
3.
3.
Because the seeker is the evil.